It is 1979. In the bustling city of Tehran, young Marjane Satrapi, a precocious and inquisitive girl, lives a comfortable life. She is surrounded by her loving, politically active parents, and a family steeped in intellectual and revolutionary discourse. Margie, as she is affectionately called, inhabits a world of books, imagination, and grand ideas. She idolizes revolutionary figures like Che Guevara and Fidel Castro, dreaming of a more just and equitable world. However, her idyllic childhood is abruptly interrupted by the tumultuous Iranian Revolution. The Shah's regime, which Margie's family opposes, is crumbling. Protests erupt in the streets, a palpable tension fills the air, and whispers of change, both promising and unsettling, echo through their home. This period marks a turning point in Margie's life, as the familiar rhythms of her childhood give way to the uncertainties of a nation in flux. The revolution ushers in a new era, one governed by Islamic law and the Ayatollah Khomeini's ideology. It is a time of profound transformation where the personal becomes deeply intertwined with the political. Margie's life, once confined to the walls of her home and school, becomes inexorably linked to the fate of her nation. Margie, now forced to confront the complexities of a changing world, finds herself caught between the innocence of childhood and the harsh realities of a society on the brink. The revolution, initially a source of excitement and anticipation, casts a long shadow, forever altering the course of her life and setting the stage for the woman she will become. The establishment of the Islamic Republic brings about a wave of new laws and social restrictions, particularly targeting women. Among the most significant changes is the mandatory veil, a potent symbol of modesty and religious adherence. For Margie, a headstrong and independent girl, the veil becomes a physical manifestation of the encroaching control over her life and her body. The veil is not merely a piece of cloth, it represents a loss of agency and a suppression of individuality. Margie struggles to reconcile her own burgeoning sense of self with the expectations imposed upon her by the new regime. She sees the veil as an instrument of oppression, a barrier to her freedom of expression. This clash between personal identity and religious dogma fuels Margie's rebellious spirit. She challenges the rules at every turn, pushing the boundaries of what is considered acceptable behavior for a young girl in a conservative society. Her defiance, often expressed through her clothing, music, and interactions with her peers, becomes a form of silent protest against the regime's attempts to control her. The veil becomes a catalyst for Margie's political awakening. It forces her to confront the injustices faced by women in her society and to question the legitimacy of a government that seeks to control their lives so completely. It is through this struggle that Margie begins to understand the true meaning of oppression and the importance of fighting for one's beliefs. Within the walls of their home, Margie's family grapples with the tumultuous political climate. Dinner table conversations become forums for heated political debates, reflecting the deep divisions within Iranian society. Marjane's parents, both politically active and outspoken in their opposition to the regime, instill in her a strong sense of social justice and a deep-seated aversion to authoritarianism. The family's history is interwoven with the fight for democracy and equality in Iran. Margie learns of her grandfather's imprisonment for his communist beliefs and her parents' own experiences with persecution and exile. These stories, passed down through generations, fuel her own sense of rebellion and her determination to fight against injustice. However, the revolution also exposes the deep class divides that permeate Iranian society. The family's maid, Mary, a young woman from a working-class background, becomes a symbol of these social disparities. Mary's story, particularly her ill-fated love affair with a boy from a higher social class, highlights the limitations placed upon individuals from marginalized communities. Through Mary's experiences, Margie confronts the complexities of social hierarchy and the ways in which societal norms can perpetuate inequality. These encounters with the realities of classism further shape Margie's worldview, instilling in her a sense of empathy and a desire to challenge systems of oppression. As Margie grows older, her idealistic image of the revolution is challenged by the harsh realities of war and political persecution. The Iran-Iraq War, which erupts in 1980, casts a long shadow over her adolescence. The constant threat of bombings, food shortages, and the loss of loved ones become a part of everyday life. Margie's encounters with real revolutionaries, particularly those who have been imprisoned and tortured by the regime, further shatter her illusions. She learns that the fight for freedom comes at a great personal cost, and that the heroes she once idolized are often flawed and deeply scarred individuals. The realities of war and oppression take a toll on Margie's innocence. She witnesses the brutality of the regime firsthand, as friends and family members are arrested, imprisoned, or forced into exile. These experiences force her to confront the complexities of war and the true cost of freedom. Through these trials, Margie's idealism gives way to a more nuanced understanding of the world. She learns that there are no easy answers, no clear-cut heroes and villains. Instead, she must navigate a world of moral ambiguity, where the lines between right and wrong are often blurred.